Hello and welcome to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes Grand Arena Championships Season 14, Week 3, Round 2. My name is Boma Fett. I'm currently 7-0, but I will not be going 8-0. Let's take a look at why. My opponent this round is Stev. Let's go to the hotbot for a comparison. Alright, here on the hotbot you can see almost no green on my side and tons of red on Stev's side. So let's zoom in and take a closer look. Alright, you can see that Stev has superior stats to me in every category of GAC. Look at his undersize, 607 undersize to my 374. He's got 500 defense to my 392. The only thing I have more of is total clears. I have 140 to his 137. So even though I lead in that, it's really close, whereas the others are not particularly close at all. Here in the roster summary, you can see that Stev has 200,000 more total GP than I do. He's got a higher top 80 and a higher top 65. I do have a slightly higher ship GP, but that just means that his character GP is that much more than mine. I do have 11 more Zetas than Stev, but he has more average speed at the top of his roster. He's got more than double the number of Gear 13s. I've got 21, he's got 53. He also has 13 more Gear 12s than I do, 37 to 24, and in the Gear 11s and above, I'm at 87, he's at 111. In the mod analysis, you can see that he has nearly double the number of 6-dot mods that I have. He has 5 mods that are over 25 speed secondary. I don't have any of those. He's got almost double the number of 20 speed and above, and he just blows me out of the water in all of the mod categories. In the relic summary, you can see that he has 137 total levels to my 80. He's got 6 tier 7 characters to my 1. I do have 1 tier 6 and he doesn't have any. Woo! And I've got 2 more in the gear 4 to 5 level, but I have 8 in the 1 to 3. He has 21. So he actually has some gear 13 characters that don't have relics, but they're still gear 13. They're still a higher gear than my characters. Here in the meta characters, you can see that I don't have any Galactic Legends or Jedi Knight Luke, but Stev has SLKR and Jedi Knight Luke. You can see all the relics over here on his side. I've got Padme relic on mine. The only place that I have an advantage is right here with the Malevolence. He does not have the Malevolence. However, because he has SLKR, you know that all of his First Order are reliced up, and he has the Finalizer. So no Malevolence, but he's got a fully relicked Finalizer fleet. Let's go back to the game and take a closer look at Stev's roster. Here you can see Stev is using SLKR in the arena and the Negotiator in the fleet arena. Here are Stev's 50-something Gear 13s. You can see that this is utterly ridiculous. This is more Gear 13s than I have 12s and 13s combined. Oh, and then he has more Gear 12s than I have Gear 12s. So it's an absurdity. Look at this. He's got a 7-star Mothma. So Stev has clearly spent money on the game. He's built his roster specifically for GAC. There's absolutely no way that I stand the slightest chance against him. It's a joke that we were matched up against each other. It really angers me. And I know that sometimes I get matched up against people where my roster is far superior to theirs. And that's not fair either. CG needs to fix the matchup system. This is just wrong. It's just, there's absolutely no way that I stand a chance against this roster. It's a joke. Why even try? And that's why people don't try. That's why they just set everything on defense, or don't bother setting a defense, or don't bother attacking. Because of stuff like this. It's bad. It needs to be fixed. Alright, so I'm on the road right now, so I had to do my battles earlier, and I'm trying to record voiceover after the fact. The people I'm staying with aren't very quiet, though. They said they'd be quiet while I record, but you're probably going to hear them in the background. You can see that Stev one-shot my Grievous and Night Sisters. He one-shot my Geos and my Phoenix. He one-shot my Newt and my Karth, but he did take 2 against my Bosk squad. And then here in the back, he was not able to beat my Thrawn. So he's not going to get the full clear, but neither am I, because I won't beat his SLKR, so he's still going to get the win. So there you can see a glimpse of his defense. We're going to start on the bottom here against his Bosk squad. So I'm going to take my CLS, which is my typical counter against Bosk. This works better when you have C-3PO, but you don't need him. Old Ben is fine in this lineup. You start off by stunning Bosk. His Boba goes next, and I get a bunch of counterattacks. So I just decide to take out Boba Fett next. There goes Boba. Try and get another stun here. I do get a stun on Bosk. And then I'm going to go after IG-88 and Cad Bane next, because they're usually relatively squishy. Dengar has, of course, hidden himself, so I can't go after Dengar. So this is one of those battles where it's such a basic, easy counter. I'm not in any danger throughout this battle. Chewpio and Chewbacca provide healing, and so it's one where you can get 60 banners most of the time. There are only a few cases where it doesn't work well. So there you go. There's the 60 banners because of the banner recovery from Chewie and Chewpio. Obviously, I don't have anything that can beat this SLKR, so I'm going to switch to the top zone, and you can see there's a Jedi Revan and a General Grievous with Wat Tambor, and then there's a Newt squad with Nest. So I go after the General Grievous squad with my Jedi Revan, and I take in Hermit Yoda. He's not who I usually run as the 5th here. I actually like Old Ben as the 5th against Grievous, but I just used Old Ben. So I go with Hermit Yoda here, and I'm going to mark Wat so that he can't get out the rest of his tech. The last thing I want him doing is putting out his weapons tech, and then I wouldn't be able to revive any of my Jedi. That's the whole reason for putting Wat on a General Grievous squad, is to try and prevent those Jedi revives. But I've got him stunned here, and I'm able to work him down pretty quickly and get rid of him before he can get the weapons tech out. And so now it's just a matter of working these guys down. He does have a good Grievous squad, and so I don't want to say that this is an easy victory, and it certainly won't be a high banner victory, because it's going to be difficult to recover all of my protection. You can see there I had Magna Guard almost gone, and then B1 was able to heal Magna Guard back up. So it's going to take a little bit of time just to work these guys down. I don't know what else to say at this point. There's buff immunity on the field right now, which that is one of the annoying things about B2 and why you always like to take B2 out first, which that taunting tech prevented me from doing. Their Savior just procced on Grandmaster Yoda. So that means anybody who dies now is going to have to be revived by Jolie. But you can see that Jolie is actually only at about half health. Now after that call to assist, now he's looking much, much healthier. Everybody's looking okay. Here comes Grievous. Now I've got to start working down on B1. You can see Hermit Yoda is almost dead at this point. So now it's just a matter of getting through B1. Again, I'm not going to get 60 banners on this, but it's not a battle that my Jedi Revan is going to lose. It's just not. So here comes Grievous, and I did lose Hermit Yoda. So now at this point, I'm trying to be careful and not kill Grievous too quickly, because I want to get to Jolie, and whew, that was really close. But Jolie is able to bring Hermit Yoda back, and I end up with a 54. So not great banners, but I got through it, no problem. Now at this point, I'm debating what to do. I'd like to try and save a couple of my best squads to go after SLKR and see if maybe I can get lucky and kill a couple of characters, you know, and then maybe just work him down over time. So I decided to take a short break, and then I came back and decided that I would go against this Newt squad with my Jedi Training Ray. So I took in my standard Jedi Training Ray with C-3PO, and I really was not sure how well this was going to work. I decided to go after Dooku first, and so I put the Confuse on him using C-3PO. That will hopefully prevent him from counterattacking. I decide that I am going to put the wave on Stormtrooper Han so that he can't taunt, and then I go back after Count Dooku. You can see he's not counterattacking because of that Confuse from C-3PO. I decide while he's stunned, I'll take out Newt the first time. And here comes Jango, and all those counterattacks are for naught. And now they're getting some attacks, and things are not looking quite as good. I start spreading the Inspired around, and Dooku is gone now. Wave on Han Solo again, prevent him from attacking. Got rid of Newt the first time. And Nest is doing some work. So she is definitely a concern. Okay, that was Jango's second attack, so now he is available. So we go after Jango, as long as Newt is stealthed. Now Newt is available, I go back after Newt, get rid of him real quick. And then we go after Jango, get rid of that extortion. You can see that Han just got his first attack. He has not been able to taunt. Got rid of Jango. And now I want to do a big hit on Nest. So there, did some significant damage to her. I have to wait for her to take another attack. And I want to use Poe. Poe is the big hitter on this squad. But you can see Han just went down way too quickly, So now I'm going to be stuck attacking Nest over and over again, and she's just going to build up that protection. So I decide at one point, you know what? I'm going to put this on auto. And so I'm doing some attacks here, and just her protection is getting crazy high. And I need her to take a turn to get rid of that bonus protection so that I can hit her again. So you can see here, I put it on auto, and what's happening is that I keep reducing her turn meter. And so that's just going to result in a timeout. So I decide to go auto basic. And now C-3PO will reduce turn meter on basic, but the others won't. And so Nest should get an attack eventually here. So as she gets close to getting her turn, I take it off of auto. There, she got her turn, and now I'm able to kill her. So I got the 60 banners, which is great there. It was a little sketchy as far as, risk of timeout, but if you play it right, it works. So at this point, I'm debating what I want to do here against Jedi Revan, and I actually decide, you know what? I should go after Supreme Leader Kylo and see if I can do anything against Supreme Leader Kylo, and then I can come back to Jedi Revan. So I go against Kylo, and the squad that I wanted to take was Darth Revan's squad with Thrawn and Vader. But I decided instead to take Wat Tambor, because I thought maybe if I put the weapons tech on Vader, that would make him hit hard enough that I could take some people out just with his merciless at the beginning. The problem is that SLKR is so fast, it's absurd. So I got the weapons tech out there. Malak gets a bonus turn here, but then, he just starts wrecking. Malak gets another bonus turn, and I'm stuck behind Stormtrooper. He's got red all relicked up. It's a joke. It's a complete and utter joke. There's no way that my character stood any chance whatsoever. So, again, thoroughly frustrated with this matchup. So I decide I might as well just get rid of this Revan squad, take out his ships, get as many banners as I can get. And I almost took in General Skywalker by mistake. Luckily, I noticed at the last second, and I swapped in Jedi Knight Anakin. Not that it would have made much of a difference, but that way I can take my General Skywalker in a last-ditch effort against SLKR. So this goes about how you would expect. They get a ton of turns at the beginning, but because of Padme's leadership, I'm able to withstand. I'm able to get lots of stacks of courage. There I just propped Savior. They're getting close to killing Shaak Ti, but there goes Yoda, and now I need to kill Jolee before he can revive Yoda. So luckily I'm building up the stacks on Kenobi, even though he was stunned, and so one hit he takes out Jolee. Shaak Ti just gets punished throughout this whole thing, but it's okay. She's not dying because of the protection building up. There I get a heal, And there goes Revan. And there goes Bastila. So only 54 banners, but no danger of ever losing that. In the back, we have Thrawn and we have Finalizer, just like I thought. And so against the Finalizer, I'm going to take my Negotiator. And I've fought Finalizer a few times, but I'm not super familiar with the Finalizer, and especially with like an all-relic Finalizer. So I take all of my reinforcements, which was totally overkill. But I honestly, I just didn't know exactly what I was going to need. I focused down on on Kylo Ren Unmasked, on the TIE Silencer. They're focusing down on my Anakin. You can see that he's stunned and hurting. Here we do a big hit with 5s. And now I bring in Plo Koon for the healing. And to drive some turn meter. We take out the TIE Fighter. And now we go after Kylo's shuttle. And it is a 64. So did not need all of those reinforcements. Against Thrawn, I throw in my home 1 with the Houndstooth. And again, I'm just going to take full reinforcements. It's only a banner or 2 difference. But if I need the reinforcements, they're there. If I don't, you know, a banner or 2. I'm not going to win this. It's not a big deal. Sunfac is taunting, so I have to go after Sunfac. I get the breach on Sunfac. Switch over to Vader. Almost get him down there with the AoE, but not quite. So I bring in the Phantom so that I can get a big hit here. And there goes Sunfac. Now we go back after Vader, and he brings in the Sith Bomber, which, I mean, look at the health and protection on that. That is a low-level ship. We get rid of Vader. I bring in the Ghost so that I can do an AoE. And there goes Maul. So 64 banners on that battle. So I was not super efficient on my battles. I could have been more efficient, but I wanted to save some of my squads, my Darth Revan squad. I used Vader, and now I'm using gas here against Supreme Leader Kylo. So I probably could have been more efficient in my battles and gotten a few extra banners. But, I mean, again, I was not going to win this battle. I didn't stand a chance of winning this battle. There was no way. You can see they go after 5s, even though he's not taunting. They go straight after 5s. So that means no super clones. I brought Thrawn in so that he could fracture Supreme Leader Kylo, but with 2 taunters on the field, he's not going to get the chance to do that. And so I do fracture Kylo Ren Unmasked, and then Supreme Leader Kylo gets his ultimate, and at that point, it's pretty much over. I'm able to take out Stormtrooper. Woo! But, yeah, it's... The Galactic Legends broke this game. They really did. It's a shame that they did that. But they did. What can I do about it? The real shame is that the algorithm that makes the matchups is still
still, a year or two later, still a problem. It doesn't really know how to deal with roster disparities. You can't just go by GP because you end up with matchups like this. So I throw a bunch of different combinations at SLKR, and none of them work. And I didn't expect any of them to work. None of them should have worked. So it's just bad. Bad matchmaking. There was nothing I could have done to win this. So the final score was 1850 to 1582. This certainly wasn't Stev's fault. He doesn't make the matchups. He's constructed a great roster. He's played the game the way you should play it. So bravo to you, Stev. Good job. I should not be matched up against him. They need more divisions. They need to separate divisions by people who have Galactic Legends and those who don't. It's not fun. It is not fun, and this is a game that's supposed to be fun. So, thank you to Stev for the matchup. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.